Yeah, what a great way to celebrate Fat Tuesday. Let's go down to Elmer's and get some Punchkis.
Someone stole the punchki. Someone stole the punchki. Who stole the punchki from Elmer's bakery shop? Who stole the punchki? Who stole the punchki? Who stole the punchki off the Elmer's rack? Fat and round and firmly stuffed, sitting on the Elmer's shelf. Someone stole the punchki when I turned my back. Who stole the punchki? Who stole the punchki? Who stole the punchki? Please just bring it back.
Fat Tuesday is February 21st. Place your punchki orders in Elmer's Bakery today. Our punchkis are made from scratch and double stuffed, featuring 11 delicious flavors.
Hi, I'm Kathy Sullivan with Key Realty Delta County. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, please call me at 399-3285. 399-3285. I look forward to helping you find your dream property or sell your home. I've been serving people my whole life. I'm Kathy Sullivan. Reach me at Kathy@KeyRealtyUP.com.
We're the key to buying and selling. Key Realty Delta County.
My pasty has a first name. It's Grams. My pasty needs no second name because it is. You can stand and proudly say that Youpers know just where to eat. It's Grams Pasties. It can't be beat.
Thank you to all of you who have voted us Best Pasty in Delta County. We bake fresh from scratch every day here at Grams Pasties, 2418 Ludington Street, Escanaba.
Hi, I'm Tom Connors. Went to Mark Patrick's hypnosis seminar February 6, 2019. Nothing worked before. Left there and never smoked again. Amazing. Easy, affordable, and guaranteed. A year later, with my wife Michelle, attended Mark Patrick's weight loss seminar. She lost 18 pounds and I lost 43 in 8 weeks.
It's true. He smoked 2 packs a day and nothing worked until Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Now we're losing weight together, eating healthy, full on half the food, crazy, enjoying exercising. Who would have believed Mark Patrick Hypnosis really works?
It's amazing. I can breathe again. My blood pressure went down and I've got so much energy.
So much energy.
And look great.
Stop smoking. Lose weight now without cravings, irritability, or your money back. It's only $49.99 guaranteed. Join Mark Patrick's hypnosis seminar and lose the weight, stop smoking, and feel great. Wednesday, March 15th at the Quality Inn and Suites in Escanaba. Weight loss seminars at 5:30. Registration at 5. Stop smoking seminars at 8. Learn more at markpatrickseminars.com.
Chips or cracks, we've got your back. Brian's Auto Glass.
Did you know a windshield is up to 30% of a vehicle's strength? Not the steel, not the rubber, not the hardened plastic. When you get a chip in your windshield, don't wait. Call Brian's Auto Glass today and let them fix it. Many repairs can be done within 15 minutes. Repairs are almost always covered by insurance. Be on the road, safe.
Brian's Auto Glass.
Crypto? Scary. The stock market? How's your 401k doing? So what can you invest in with full confidence? How about a fully... That business is Great Lakes and Land Real Estate Company. You can buy into a fully functional business that can set you up for life. Terms are flexible. To learn more about this incredible business opportunity, contact Tim and Linda at 906-228-9312.
Great Lakes and Land Real Estate Company.
Back to our busy phones. Let's say hi to Danny in California. Danny, how are you? Glad you called.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. What's going on?
I'm just wondering what it's going to take for the Republicans to realize the destruction that Biden has done in such short time in office. When are they going?
I think Republicans see it. I think independents are seeing it. You know, but we're still a long way from 2024.
For his medical in his first year, have you seen his medical report in his first year?
They released a medical report that was meaningless to me. I mean, the real report would be a real cognitive test, like the likes of which Donald Trump took.
Yeah, which he's going to be taking, I believe, on Saturday. Or
I think it's just a general physical. He's not taking a cognitive test that I've heard.
Well, that's what should be done.
Of course, it's what should be done, but you and I both know he can't pass that cognitive test, and they know he can't pass the cognitive test. That's never going to happen.
That's what the American people need to know. This is where the Republicans need to stand up and say, when is enough enough? I don't.
Well, that's what elections are for. And let me now use this as a moment again to remind people. Republicans, the Republican Party in general, they've got to recalibrate how they view elections. Democrats are not running elections based on ideas and kissing babies, shaking hands, taking selfies, doing town halls, press avails, and rallies. They are running hundreds of millions of dollars in negative ads. They hide as much as they can from their compliant press that wants them in office, and then they are in the ballot harvesting business. Only one state mandates that the individual voter must return a ballot themselves. Only one. That's Alabama. Every other state has legal ballot harvesting. That's where the Democrats have been focused. Republicans have got to do it as well, if not better, than the Democrats in 2024. Number one. Number two, I will add, and this resistance that Republicans have, this reluctance they have to vote early and vote by mail has got to stop, because you can't start the election day down 500 to a million votes, 500,000 to a million votes, and expect to be competitive. You can't. You've got. It's not the system I would design. But if you want to change voting system, if you want paper ballots, if you want election monitors in every precinct across the country, meaning partisan observers, if you want voter ID laws, if you want signature verification laws, updated voter roll laws, and integrity measures, you first got to win the elections, and this is the system now that we've got. We can't change that system until we get that power. The way you get that power is you got to use the system the way they're using it. They are outmaneuvering Republicans in the ballot chasing game, and that played a big part, I am very convinced, in the 2022 midterms. Anyway, I hope that answers your call. Let's say hi to Dave in Arizona. Dave, how are you?
Hey, Sean, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Awesome. Hey, first-time caller, long-time listener from Maricopa County, Arizona, and I was listening to you talking to Bill today and Senator Hawley and Congressman Jordan yesterday. So this Chinese spy balloon was shot down over water. Was shot down over water because it may have posed a danger, according to Biden. But then 3 objects were shot down over land. Well, 2 over land, 1 over water. Which let's go with never has it been reported that a Chinese balloon has made it over the U.S., which was not a major breach, according to President Biden. And never have 3 individual targets been shot down over North American territory. If the Chinese balloon was not meant originally for the public eye, why all of a sudden is the Biden administration reporting the 3 targets knocked down by our F-16s? I mean, it's a pretty major thing to launch our fighters to acquire multiple targets.
And they don't even know what they shot, or they're not telling us. But they are telling us that they don't. It's very unlikely that it was Chinese related. None of it makes sense. And it's saying it's not a major breach is absurd on the face of it. I mean, no intelligent person would ever make that argument, at least from my point of view. Good call, my friend. 800-941-SEAN if you want to be a part of the program. All right, at the top of the hour, we'll update you as to what is going on in Palestine, Ohio, in terms of this train derailment and this chemical burn with birds and chickens and fish are dying all over the place. We'll have an update from Arizona Representative Debbie Lesko.
Just to think how possible.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-863-5858. That's 1-800-863-5858. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-863-5858. That's 1-800-863-5858.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Got a tough home improvement problem? Chances are I've seen it before, and I'm here to help. It's Today's Homeowner with Danny Lipford, Saturday afternoons at 1 on News Talk 600 AM and 93.5 FM.
The YMCA annual campaign helps local people lead happier, more productive lives. Your support of this worthwhile effort ensures the YMCA will continue its mission of never turning anyone away due to lack of ability to pay. Listen to these stories taken right from the pages of our applications last year.
Hi, my name is Dorothy. I am currently providing care for my grandchildren as their sibling is being treated for cancer. Funds are tight for our family, and the YMCA's opportunities would allow for us to get out of the house and have some quality time together. We would be grateful for any help that you can provide.
China again claims what the U.S. calls a spy balloon was a weather balloon blown into the U.S. by accident.
A senior U.S. official tells me at any point the Chinese could have steered it out of the winds. They still had control over the balloon. In fact, when the balloon entered the United States, the continental United States, it began loitering over sensitive sites in Montana.
From there, she blew up. At a time, she was one of the most in-demand stars in Hollywood, taking home a Golden Globe for her role in the 1974 film, The Three Musketeers.
Fox's Michelle Polino. Welch's career spanned more than 50 years.
Upper Michigan's award-winning news.
Tom Kippen says colder tonight than last night. His forecast on the way. For the Radio Results Network, I'm Tom Hill. General Mark Milley, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, confirmed Tuesday the first Sidewinder missile fired at an unidentified object over Lake Huron on Sunday missed its target before a second shot brought it down. The missile landing harmlessly in Lake Huron, he says. Object still has not been recovered. There are many Michigan State University students who come from the UP, and they all share a bond after a gunman murdered 3 of their fellow students and injured 5 others Monday night. One of those students is Jack McEvers. He's a freshman from Anastique.
We all got an email saying that there's an active shooter. They gave us a plan. It was called Run, Hide, Fight. And it was like run, hide, and if you can't do either of those, fight. That's when I was like, holy crap, what is going on, right?
Marquette City Commission voted to open up a request for proposal to purchase the city-owned lot at 601 South Lakeshore Boulevard. 3 companies have already submitted RFPs to develop the 2.8-acre lot across from the Fairfield Inn. Commission voted 5-1 with Jenna Smith voting no.
I think the public has made it loud and clear at every turn that they're disappointed with some of the things that have happened down by 1 Marquette Place, and I would be shocked if they'd like to see something like that on the lake side of the road moving forward. So I think public trust is at stake here.
Delta County Board of Commissioners approved the appointment of Ashley Young as interim county administrator. Right now, Young is the county controller. She replaces Emily DeSalvo, who was fired last week. More news at RadioResultsNetwork.com. I'm Tom Hill.
Temperatures tonight for the Escanaba area will be much colder compared to last night. A few snow showers can't be ruled out. We'll also perhaps see some gusty winds. Look for low temperatures tonight to be in the teens. For Thursday, we'll have some snow showers, and we'll also see some gusty winds. Look for high temperatures on Thursday afternoon to be around 20 or the 20s. We get some sunshine back for Friday. High temperatures will be in the 20s. For WJMN, Local 3, UPMatters.com, and the Radio Results Network, I'm Tom Kippen.
This is the Steve Gruber Show, the fearless pursuit of truth.
The Steve Gruber Show is the fastest growing talk show in America, so thank you. Without you, none of this would be possible. The relentless pursuit of truth, common sense, and honest answers to the most important questions of the day isn't easy, but it's critical to our future. Find out more. SteveGruber.com.
It's the Steve Gruber Show, weekday mornings at 9 on News Talk 93.5 FM and 600 AM WCHT, stations of the Radio Results Network.
Hi, I'm Kyle Solis with Key Realty Delta County. Are you looking for a new home? Trying to sell your old home? Give me a call at 241-4870. That's 241-4870. Do you have a vision for your future home? I'd love to help you find it. I'm Kyle Solis. You can email me at kyle@keyrealtyup.com.
We're the key to buying and selling. Key Realty Delta County. Well, we're coming to your city. Gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song. We'll all be flying higher than a jetliner. And if you want a little bang in your yin-yang, come along.
There is no indication of aliens or extraterrestrial activity with these recent takedowns.
You just called it a balloon. You misspoke there.
Sorry, it's not a, yes, I'm sorry.
You can't say it's a balloon either.
You guys have me with a balloon on the brain right now.
Right.
We've faced issues from container shipping to airline cancellations. Now we got balloons.
That's right.
Freedom is back in style. Welcome to the revolution.
Yeah, we're coming to your city. Gonna play our guitars and sing you a country song.
Sean Hannity. The new Sean Hannity Show. More behind-the-scenes information on breaking news and more bold, inspired solutions for America. Stay right here for our final news roundup and information overload.
All right, news roundup, information overload hour. Toll free, our number is 800-941-SEAN if you want to be a part of the program. So a Washington Examiner, I'm going to get to a cut on this in a second. A Washington Examiner report revealed that your State Department is now funding an organization that is waging a censorship campaign against conservative media. Now, they go on to say in their piece, the State Department, through various grants, has spent hundreds of thousands of your dollars on subsidiaries of what is known as the Global Disinformation Index. That is a British organization that has urged companies to refrain from advertising on numerous, quote, right-wing leaning websites, including the New York Post, the Daily Wire, Reason Magazine, the Washington Examiner. In one case, they brought up one of the columnists, and they called it disinformation in an internal memo because the author took issue with what he viewed as excesses of transgender activism. Anyway, and then Amazon was identified as being at fault for an ad that appeared on the article's webpage. Now, we're talking here about government money censoring opinions that they don't like. Anyway, the CEO of this group, which is this Global Disinformation Index group, is named Claire Melford, even bragging that an outlet being on the list had a significant negative impact on advertising revenue. Now, while conservative outlets have been targeted, left-leaning sites, they are not being targeted. GDI deems them among the least risky sites for so-called disinformation. And the outcry, by the way, these are all the same people that for 3 years got the Trump-Russia collusion hoax wrong. They're the same people that, had no problem saying the Hunter Biden laptop was misinformation. And it goes on and on from there. Anyway, fake news CNN citing this Global Disinformation Index as a source from August of 2019. Listen to this.
The disinformation economy is thriving. That's according to a new report exclusively obtained by CNN ahead of its September release from the Global Disinformation Index. And a sweeping look into nearly 20,000 domains suspected of disinforming the public, the report pegs revenue from programmatic ads placed on these sites at a whopping $235 million annually. That's $250 million at a conservative estimate. The GDI called the tally just the tip of the iceberg. Talk to us about the methodology a little bit. How are these numbers just the tip of the iceberg?
So we took our catalog of about 20,000 sites that we've collected that we assess as having a risk of disinforming the public. Among those, we took a sampling and measured a number of different aspects of those sites, including the traffic, the ad tech ecosystem elements in which with whom they interact, and we tried to make as conservative an estimate as possible on things like how much money they make per visitor, and what those traffic numbers.
So this is at least that number, and we should say
Right.
some of the sites are outright fraudulent, some are catering to the extremes and some of the ugliest elements of human nature, and others label themselves as satire, but
Right.
they're trying to sort of skirt the rules.
Right. Some label themselves as satire because it lets them get away with sending out toxic narratives and messages that they can say, oh, we were only kidding.
I mean, you wouldn't think such a high-level, sophisticated censorship movement is alive and well in a country that supposedly celebrates freedom of speech. But, anyway, it's State Department money going to the Global Disinformation Index, which then gets interviewed by fake news CNN themselves, disseminating more false information and fake news than any in modern history, especially with all things Trump. Now, there's one other story that is, while not related to State Department money, should be paid attention to as well. I don't know how many of you have been reading about artificial intelligence, but anyway, there's an artificial intelligence service called ChatGPT. And anyway, they were asked, you can actually request of the artificial intelligence, write a story about Hunter Biden in the style of the New York Post. Okay. They wouldn't write that story because they call it disinformation. The artificial intelligence answer was, no, that's disinformation. Write an article about Hunter Biden in the style of CNN. What comes up? A puff piece protective of zero experience Hunter. I mean, is this now we're already politicizing and putting a liberal bias in artificial intelligence? Is that going to be our future? Anyway, Congresswoman Debbie Lesko of Arizona is with us to talk about this and some other issues here. Why would the State Department be paying money towards a group with an obvious political axe to grind that is targeting conservative speech?
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't surprise me. We're learning more and more about how government is colluding with big tech, social media companies, and now these so-called fact checkers, which aren't really fact checkers, they're biased. And it's a sad state of affairs. It's a sad state of affairs, and that's why I'm so thankful that Republicans are in the majority in the U.S. House of Representatives so we can start doing some investigations and get to the bottom of it.
Well, I mean, you're on the committee, as I understand, with James Comer, the Oversight Committee, and hopefully we'll get to the bottom of this. That seems like basically our own government is working against. It's basically part of now what we know to be an ecosystem, and that is government weaponizing resources against conservatives. Isn't that what happened in the lead up to the 2020 election, with the FBI meeting regularly with big tech corporations, warning them that they may be victims of disinformation campaigns? Those disinformation campaigns may be about Joe Biden, Hunter Biden, etc. And then the laptop story comes out, and how convenient for all of them to be prepared not to run the story, to bury the story, to censor the story in the lead up to the president.
No.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. This sounds awful, though.
What do you mean it sounds awful?